In an era where everyone thinks their opinions are so damn important, I'm here to give you a little piece of my mind. Welcome to Unaffiliated the Podcast with your host, B. Seth. Let's go.
I don't know why I've had this conversation so many times this week, but relationships comes down to perception, especially in the beginning stages. Because in the beginning stages, we're less likely to give people that leeway, that wiggle room to be imperfect, right? So everything comes down to how do we perceive it? Like, let's say me and Najah are talking. She can be doing what Lauren is saying, doing everything right, and then she's trying to figure out what we are. Then on my end, I might be completely out of my comfort zone, doing things I've never done. But to me, or to you, it looks like I'm not doing shit.
I just feel like you don't communicate that shit.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. Communication is paramount. We're the ones asking the question. We're asking we are having.
What's the question?
What are we? Are we exclusive? Where do you see this going? That all falls to me under the same umbrella. Okay. So like if I'm asking that question and you're like, well, I don't know. Well, bye. But I'm just saying, bye. Yeah. But
that's what it comes down to.
Yes.
Free will to say yes, no, and whoever wants to walk away, you walk
right. And if you're doing things that make you uncomfortable, then communicate that, like, okay, I see where you're coming from. I understand that you've given me X amount of time. However, I have done X, Y, and Z, and I've never done that before.
But see, I don't think you will believe that.
Why not?
I don't think if a dude came out and said, I'm completely out of my comfort zone, I am going above and beyond for you. If you perceive it as he's not doing that, you will not ever perceive it as he's doing that.
But that's my responsibility to say, hey, okay, such as what? Mm-hmm. But it's a conversation.
I kind of feel like that's standards.
I mean, and that's fine. That's cool. But then, like, do you expect everybody to just meet your standard, like, on point, which is cool? That's cool.
No. Okay. But if you're trying to pursue me, yes, you're going to meet my standards.
Just period.
Yes, ma'am.
If the standard is open the door for me.
Talk to them.
You know what I'm saying? Open the door for me, be chivalrous, as you said, because chivalry is very dead. You know what I'm saying? And if that is going above and beyond for you, I'm not talking about you and Theo, but for a lot of that's a lot to do. And it's like, if that is the standard, because just a note about me, I did not know how to pump gas till I got to college. So my first year of college, I found a boyfriend so he could pump my gas, period. Like, because I did not know how to do it. And if that's my standard of a man pumping my gas, a man taking out my trash and everything, like, if that's my standard, if it's, if it's going above and beyond for you and you see me as feeling like, oh, this ain't because this is what a man is supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that, I can't, that's a standard. You're
right.
either going to meet it or
and
not.
And if you can't, then...
Like, what you see as negotiable and what she was saying, your standards are something you're not going to change. I hope you don't change them. Mm-hmm. And then, because that's going to build up resentment. Mm-hmm. Because you're seeing past things, and then one day you're blow up, and you're like, and you didn't open up my door. Mm-hmm. So I think if you don't follow your standards, you'll feel like you're settling. You'll be mad at yourself later. Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Are there any of y'all standards that y'all would give some leeway on if a nigga was the man of your fucking dreams? He didn't open the door for you. He's out the runnings?
Yes. No. Because I feel like that's a character trait. Because my thing is, if you won't open the door for me, you're not going to open the door for your granny. Period. That's a character trait. Like, my thing is, that is how you're raised.
You have to go to
the Come on. That is how you're raised.
Come on, Lauren.
First time he meets you, you already family. Like, that's what you saying right now.
I'm just
you already family. Like, wait.
If you were raised to open the door for a woman, it don't matter if she family. Am I right or am I wrong?
True. I agree with, like,
True.
I would all, like, just me. I've always been taught, like,
open the door for a
woman.
woman,
like those
period.
chivalrous traits.
Right.
Like I've always been taught that, so that's what I'm gonna do. But still, in the same mindset, like that's not going. Like I feel like that's not going to keep you from like if you see someone that you could see building a life with. That one thing is not going to
because that is a standard of mine.
Okay.
It's looked at as disrespect to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. You don't respect. Like, and I don't want to say be general and be like, oh, he doesn't respect women because he didn't open the door for me. But it's like, I mean, I've gone into Best Buy and the man, just held the door open for me just because he a decent man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just the very least you can do. You don't have to know me to do that.
How do we feel on the opposite side when y'all don't meet a man's standards in the opposition side?
Did
I'm just asking.
you
I'm not trying
tell
to,
me?
I'm just asking.
No, it's fine. Did you tell me? Did you tell me? Like if I'm
You
not
told that he should open the door?
yes.
Or do you just not like it when he doesn't do it?
Wait, if I come,
he doesn't do it, you make it vocal that
I'm either going to be. I'm not gonna lie. Forgive me, y'all. A little passive aggressive, just stand there and look at the door and look at him.
Thank you.
Or I'm gonna be like, I'm used to men opening the door for me. Would you mind?
Girl, I ain't even gonna communicate that. I'm gonna stand there till another come up and open the damn door. Period. Like,
so I feel
my
that
girl is petty.
I feel that in a sense because that's your standard.
Exactly.
I
like
feel
that.
but
My thing is like that's before we even go to first base. That's soon as I step on the mound, you better open the door. Period. Because that's how I was raised. Like I don't know.
She's still in the she in the batter circle taking them warm up swings.
That's what I'm saying. Like
she in the sunflower seeds.
You have no idea how funny that sounded when you just.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your standard? What is one of your standards?
Of a woman?
That she has to smell good. I know that's a big one for men.
Oh God.
Would you communicate that with her? Would you tell her?
Yeah.
Hey,
My girl stunk. I told her she stink.
That's your girl, not the girl you dating or the girl you just taking out.
something. Yeah.
Oh, so the girl I'm taking out if she stinks?
Yeah.
Well, see, I relate to Lauren on this one.
Yeah. Exactly.
If she stinks, and I don't know her like that, it's just like, fam. It's like,
I'm a dip on her.
If you have your standards, you shouldn't look lower than those standards.
Right. And what I was getting at is when we don't meet those certain standards that another person has for us, we're already like written off like, oh, that don't got in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's right. But I honestly feel like it is what it is. Like, I mean, oh well, she ain't shit because I didn't want to open the door for her. Cool.
But also, like, once you start like letting little slide, it's just like one thing. It's like a domino effect. As someone who has like lowered the standard, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna let this one go. It's like, oh, no, I'm letting this one go. I'm like, all right, it's gotta stop. So you gotta draw a line in the sand.
If that's your standard, I respect it. Cool. What's worse? A nigga you talking to smelling like or he not opening the door?
Both.
What's worse? No, I ain't no both. Which one's worse?
Two things can be true.
I agree with that, but I'm honestly gonna go with the not opening my door because wait. My thing is, this is assuming that I'm pursuing this man with the intent of other things, not just sex or whatever. Because my thing is like, I'm not gonna hunch, man. Like, period.
So I have a question. So like when women try to either bring men up to the standards they expect,
there we go.
do y'all feel like that's training, or do you feel like that's just kind of like, I like you enough that I'm gonna bring you into the fold?
How do you feel when a man says, I want you to do certain things for me, and if you don't meet this, I'm gonna go for the next chick? It's the same question.
Well, bye.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. I think a lot of people feel that way.
But see, I think she's speaking from the aspect. I feel like when that conversation happens, most of the time it's like there's a sexual connotation to it. A lot of times. And I feel like if it's something as simple as you pumping my gas when we're at the gas station, like, oh, I need to stop and get some gas. Can you pump it for me? And it's like, I'm not doing that. Like I said, I'm gonna go out and pump my gas, and I'm gonna drop you off.
How can you sit here and say your demands are simple and play them off like they ain't shit, but you're not willing to budge on them.
This is where I need an example, because I'm speaking about where I'm saying like there's usually a sexual connotation to when a man is speaking about something he prefers a woman to do.
That's not true. Are we saying that standards are non-negotiable? Like if someone came to you and I don't know you like that. I don't know if you can cook or not like that. But if someone came to you, cook, guys. Okay, you can cook. Let's go hypothetical then.
Okay.
Like if someone came to you and it's like you can't cook, would that not be like you wouldn't see that as a negotiable standard?
I feel like standards and non-negotiables are different. Yeah. I feel like a standard is a nigga open the door for me. I feel a non-negotiable is a nigga with a child.
If I made a chick and she might not know how to cook, she don't know her way around the kitchen, she don't know shit, right? I am more willing to be understanding of that and see her possibly inherit those traits than writing her off initially if I see other qualities in her that I could potentially see in my partner. So are you saying if a nigga don't open the door, you completely disregard every other quality?
I'm just saying, what quality have I even seen if the first thing on the date, you ain't even open the door for me? What quality is like that's, you know what I'm saying?
You've met this
person. There has to be something there if you even on the date with her.
If you said yes to a date, there's something there that made you say yes to that date.
Yes and no, because I feel like we live in this DM world.
Thank you.
Where, you know, you might have said some nice things in text. We live in that DM virtual reality, and it's like, okay, I agreed to the date, and we get to the date, and we both standing looking at the door like, you gonna open it? You gonna open it? You know what I'm saying? Like we had that, and if that's my standard, like no, it's the end all be all with that.
Be sure to follow Unaffiliated the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now on YouTube.